In a large industrial town, there lived a man named David. David worked in an office at a large company. He loved his job and he did it wholeheartedly. He was good at it, but one thing he was bad at was being on time for it. Most of the time, he came late to work and it was not a good look for him nor the company. One particular day, as David was late for work, he was told that the company's manager wanted to see him, so he went to the waiting room for his appointment. When it was his turn to go in, the manager told him to have a seat and then he said, "David, you are once again late for work. What is your reason for this?" David was honest and told him that he woke up late. The manager told him that this is not a good look for the company, especially considering that David was a huge asset to his field of work, and if David were to be late again he would have no choice but to fire him. David was scared by this. He loved his job and didn't know what he was going to do if he got fired. David then overcame that fear with confidence and did his work well and thought to himself that he would be early the next day. After work, David went home and tried to get his mind off work by reading a book from one of his favorite series. He read until it was pretty late, and instead of David to set his alarm and go to bed, he stayed up and continued reading until he suddenly fell asleep. David woke up the next day late and without thinking, he ran straight out of his house and straight to the bus stop, where he arrived just before the bus was about to leave. Now David was confident that he would make it on time, but he didn't know another obstacle was waiting for him. David took the wrong bus. Now he was in trouble. He randomly dropped in front of an airport and continued his journey on foot from there on. David ran through the town school, local businesses like the yoga center and a cafe where people looked at him weirdly because it was strange for a man to be running like that breathlessly, especially in a suit and tie. David stopped to catch his breath at a poolside. He only had 5 minutes left and he knew he wouldn't make it in time. So he just took his time to get there. When he finally arrived, he didn't see anyone on the first floor. He checked a wrong and still didn't see anyone until he went to the last floor, when he ran into his boss. David went down on his knees and begged his boss not to fire him. He then told David that there was no work today. Everyone was on holiday. "So I am not fired?" David said. "Well, there isn't work today, so I guess not," the boss said. David was so happy, but still he was late, thinking that he had work, and he promised himself that he would never do it again, and from that day on David always came early to work and learned his lesson, which was to be proactive and preemptive in all that you do, and that will get you far. And please remember to like and subscribe to this channel for more video like this in the future. Thank you for watching.